Hello, my dear friends, Agastya, and I'm explaining you the chapter 7, conservation of plants and animals. So in this chapter, we're going to discuss about key points like deforestation. We know deforestation means cutting off trees, and it causes a major threat to survival of these organisms because we need plants for many purposes. Could be oxygen, or it could be shelter purpose or food purpose. We need, but when you keep the plants over aside, you can't survive. This is how deforestation is causing. And why we practice is simple. We practice because we clear the forest because might be for agricultural purposes in rural areas. In urban areas, we do it for building good infrastructure, and we also use wood for as a fuel or for making furniture. So yeah, these are the few reasons and consequences. Obviously, deforestation causes soil erosion. How is a simple thing? We know that the trees are binded with the soil. Okay, now what happens is when these trees are cut down, this soil doesn't have any binding object. Okay, get my point. When it doesn't have any binding object, it becomes loose. Now when it becomes loose, it would be easy for the air to vanish that particular topsoil. And the process where the top layer of the soil is vanished is called soil erosion, and this is caused by deforestation. One more thing is that we know the process called photosynthesis. In this process, fewer trees would mean that less carbon dioxide is being used up by the plants, which increases the carbon dioxide levels in the atmosphere. Okay, now it in turn causes global warming, and it traps the heat. It sends that heat again, and it causes the drought again. Eventually the temperature of the earth is increased, and this is a big disadvantage to the farmers as the droughts have been caused. And we know, and one more thing, this question may be asked: heavy rainfalls cause floods. Just remember this point. And next is obviously desertification. We have to understand what is desertification. The same process could be top layer of soil is gone, or could be droughts, but a grassland, okay, or a fertile land gets converted into a desert. This process is called desertification. I hope you understood this point. And now we'll discuss about different areas which are designated for the conservation of forests and wildlife. A few areas, few protected areas could be wildlife sanctuary, national park, and biosphere reserves. In wildlife sanctuary, these areas are actually, for because these areas actually are designated so that they can protect the animals, and they won't, these areas won't disturb them and their habitat. This is wildlife sanctuary. In national park, these are the areas which are designated for the wildlife, where they can freely use the area, the particular habitat, and also the natural resources available over there. In biosphere reserve means larger areas of protected land for conservation of wildlife, plants and animals, resources, and traditional life of the tribals living in the area. This means that, like we have biosphere layer, and it has land, air, and land, air, water in it, isn't it? Similar way, this biosphere reserve protects the biodiversity, and I hope you understood this point. And the government lays down rules, methods, and policies to protect and conserve them. And these are amongst the few policies like this. They've set up few sanctuaries, national parks, and biosphere reserves. They're constructed for the conservation of flora and fauna in that particular area. Now, there was one biosphere reserve, Pachmeri, a biosphere reserve. It consists of one national park, which is Satpura National Park, the first India's national park, and it is known for its India's finest teak. And it also has two wildlife sanctuaries, Bori and Pachmeri. Now, here we also have that this biosphere reserves are the areas which are designated for the conservation of biodiversity. Biodiversity is nothing but your plants, animals, and microorganisms which are generally found in an area. And that area is your biosphere reserves. Hope you understood this. Understood? Now we'll just get into the next part of the lesson. Flora and fauna. I'll just give you a gist of this. Flora, found, the plants which are found in a particular area are called flora. Animals which are found in a particular area are called, fauna. Simple thing. I hope you understood. Now we'll go to endemic species. Now we'll discuss about endemic species. Endemic species are the species of plants and animals which are found in a particular area, like which led to be found in a particular area. Now, why am I telling this is because a century back, these endemic species, there were no species like that because tigers, now I'll take tigers example. Tigers were found everywhere in this world, but now it has been something like endemic. Reason is the human activities, increasing population, race of resources, need of those resources. These are being causing over these are being causing or affecting the natural habitat of endemic species and causing them to be an endangered species again, going into the another level. And wildlife sanctuary. Now wildlife sanctuaries, we look, these are kind of reserve forests that provide protection and suitable living condition for wild animals. Okay, and I hope you understood this point. And species, I think I forgot to cover that point. Species is a group of population which are capable of interbreeding. Okay, I hope you understood this point. And now we'll understand national parks. National parks are again the same thing. These are also the areas designated to protect the conservation, to protect the animals, and those conditions are very quite favorable for animals too. And Satpura National Park is the first India's national park, and it is known for its finest Indian teak. And there are more than 100 national parks in India. Now, Project Tiger. This Project Tiger was started in 1973. Okay, and, I think it was on 1st April 1973. Its aim is simple. It ensures the survival and maintenance of the tiger population in the country. Nothing but conservation of tigers again. Okay, because tiger is one of the species which is slowly disappearing. Okay, because first it was something which was available everywhere, then it became an endemic species. Now it is an endangered species. Okay, so why? Because of our own activities which are causing that. And endangered animals means tigers are example of it. Because now what the present situation, let's take the present situation, because 10-20 years back they were endemic species. Okay, because they were found in particular areas. Now they're hardly found. Okay, some one or two in areas. Like now I'll take an example. Before, to be honest, in India, I think 50,000 tigers were there, but now it has been decreased to 3,000. And our government has been taking effective steps against this. Now, what are endangered animals? Endangered animals means the animals which are on verge of extinction, means they're going to be extinct. Okay, now let's take an example. Could be, yeah, tigers are example of this. And even the bison, which is found in America, because we are using it for kind of food purpose. We use it for nutrition. And wild buffalo, okay, could be barasingha. These all, we do poaching also. We get, the animal skin can be used as leather. We are doing poaching, and poaching is a illegal killing now. Okay, it is an illegal killing. And an ecosystem is made up of plants, animals, and microorganisms. And we know this ecosystem consists of two components, biotic and abiotic components. And yeah, we know all these. And abiotic components, nothing but plants, animals, and microorganisms. And abiotic components, nothing but your climate, soil, river deltas, and etc. and other things. Now, Red Data Book. Now, what happened is, few biologists, they are maintaining a book. Okay, this source book, okay, Red Data Book is a source book which keeps a record of all endangered animals and plants. Red Data Book is maintained internationally by an organization. Okay, it is maintained by an organization internationally, nothing like your local group. Okay, might be from NGOs, but it is mostly international. And one more thing is that Red Data Book for India, for plants and animals, is found in India. Okay, so I hope you're clear with all the points in this. Now we'll just get back to the migration part, and then the recycling of paper, and I think next is deforestation. Three are quite simple topics. Migration, we know it's not needed to explain here. See, it's simple thing. Birds or animals, they move from one place to another place. Reason could be climatic changes, or they might be feeling, could be because, see, now human activities are causing decline of forests. If one forest is declined, these animals may migrate to another forest. Could be loss of habitat, or it could be even climatic changes. And recycling of paper, we can recycle, we have to recycle paper nearly 5 to 7 times. This is a fact again. Okay. And paper is a biodegradable substance, and it is, we know it can be recycled and all those things. And one more thing is that, if if each student saves at least one sheet of paper in a day, we can save many trees in a year. And understand this particular point. Don't you I'm not asking you go and plant trees. If you're not interested in planting trees, at least save the paper. Because this is a fact which scientists have experienced, that what does it means. You just save one paper, and many trees are saved. Okay. In 1 year, one day one paper would be saved, and for an year many trees are saved. Understand? If you just even keep that efforts also, you're really great. Because planting trees now in COVID time could be a bit, I understand. But so this could be a suggestion from my side in the COVID time too, how to conserve the forest and wildlife. This could be one of the vital thing to do, to practice. Now, reforestation is a simple thing, and I'm also going to state the difference between afforestation and reforestation here in this part. Reforestation is restocking of the destroyed forest by planting new trees. It means, now restocking is nothing but you destroy trees, okay, by the process of deforestation. Again, you're planting trees in that particular area, and when you plant it again, this is called restocking. This process is called reforestation. But afforestation is a process where you plant in, you know, where you plant in an area which is not destroyed, in where area where trees are not destroyed in past. Okay, you plant new trees. But here in reforestation, you plant new trees in the destroyed area. Okay, in the destroyed forests. I hope you understood this point, and the chapter is very, very, very interesting. And I hope you like my explanation. Thank you, and have a nice day.